Thank you for logging on to the Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
While filling your car's fuel tank at Food and Fuel Marathon, fill your body's fuel tank too. Monday through Friday, grab a chicken or tenderloin sandwich, or have out a burger and potato wedges, or onion chips, mozzarella cheese sticks, and Bosco breadsticks. If biscuits and gravy are your thing, they're available every Monday through Saturday morning until they're gone. And you'll have to grab a Poppy's Extreme donut or two, available daily. Food and Fuel Marathon, 1621 North Walnut Street, Hartford City. Open Monday through Friday, 4:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Food and Fuel Marathon, fueling your vehicle and you.
And welcome to what appears to be a very overcast and very chilly morning here in Hartford City, Indiana, as the Bruins playing host to the Hagerstown Tigers. And with me today is my faithful co-host, Vince Brown. How you doing today, Vince?
Oh, not too bad.
Good, good. It's a pretty chilly walk up here this morning, wasn't it?
Yes. I just looked at your phone. The temperature degree-wise is 44 degrees. The wind chill is 37 degrees, and the wind is blowing from the north at 15 miles an hour. But the flag out in center field just has a little, it's just blowing a little bit. It's not blowing the wind very hard. It's kind of limp, the flag.
It's a very, not an indicative point to how hard the wind was blowing on our walk up here this morning, isn't it?
Yes.
It was windy. Blowing. It was in your face. The fans are all bundled up. Some of them have face masks over their face to keep the wind off of them. They've got their hoods, their toboggans, and I bet if we actually looked hard enough, we'd probably see somebody out there in a set of Carhartts. Vince, do you want to go ahead and do the lineups, or would you like for me to?
You can do them.
All right, starting off for the Hagerstown Tigers, we're going to have the center fielder, Owen Gallier, the senior Trent Weiss at shortstop, the junior Mason Hicks in right, the junior Cody Swim on third, a sophomore designating hitting for the pitcher Camden Rhodes. The pitcher is sophomore Brady McMillan, the catcher a senior Cameron Pertha, a junior Clay Cochran is going to be on first base. Another junior, Derek Davis, on second. And another junior yet for the Tigers, Noah Dale, out in left field. And for the Bruins, we're going to have he's a junior, Shane Elam in center. The senior, Braxton Strait on short. The sophomore, Caleb Mealy, is your catcher. The senior, Dayton Dow, out in left field. Batting cleanup, the freshman Drew Caldwell at pitcher, another senior Blaine Riddle on second, another senior yet again for the Bruins. Jake Ross is designating hitting for the sophomore Colton McNeil on third base. Sophomore Brandon Strobel out in right, and another senior filling out the lineup on first base, Tyler Cagle. The Bruins now 7-8 on the season, 0-3 in the CIC, but they do have a nice home record of 6-3 on the season.
I don't know who the field umpire is right off the bat, but I know home plate umpire is Brian Willie Elliott. Most of the people around here, Brian umpired baseball, and he's also refereed basketball and different sports.
Yeah, I've seen him doing both. He's almost an icon like you.
Yeah, well,
at the baseball diamonds. I've seen him down at Little League.
Yes, he was down at the Little League, and then he's worked himself up. And Brian is really good. The umpires have on jackets Hagerstown's wearing gold jerseys with the purple trim, or purple letters with white pants. And Blackford's wearing their red today with the gray pants and black hats.
The Bruins looking sharp in their uniforms. I'm kind of favorable to the black jersey shirts over the red. Those new jerseys that they got look really nice and really sharp. But the one thing I noticed about the Hagerstown Tigers is, and I was telling you this before the stream started, is they looked really fundamentally sharp out on the field. Did you get a chance to watch any of them?
I watched just so bad. I was doing the lineups, but I noticed that Coach Tony Ugan was staring out there watching them warm up. And when he was standing in front of the Bruin dugout, they were loosening up in right field. Then Bruins took infield, and then they did, and were ready to go.
Yep, and now we're going to have the senior, Owen Gollier, the center fielder, up to bat. And the freshman, Drew Caldwell, puts one right down the plate and gets the first called strike. An 0-1 count now for Gollier as the freshman puts another one on the outside corner for strike 2.
The first pitch was thrown at 9:59. I had 9:59 official game start.
And the senior picks up his first ball call. A 1-2 count, and that one's just going to miss outside for the second ball. It looks like Caldwell trying to work that outside corner. And got his first 2 in the strike zone, and now looking to get this third one, and that one's going to be fouled off. It looked like a changeup. It had a lot less speed than his first 4. And Gollier swings at it. And now Caldwell's still out of the windup, and Gollier is going to go down swinging for the first out from the freshman. A nice pitch by Drew Caldwell, getting the first out on a strikeout, and now we're going to have the senior, Trent Weiss, playing shortstop up to bat.
Well, that's a good way to start off the game, striking out the leadoff batter.
That's got to give the freshman some confidence that he's taking down that big senior for his first at-bat, and Weiss is going to foul one off for strike 1.
And Hagerstown comes in, Steve, with a record of 8 wins and 2 losses. And their head coach is Brad Cady. Brad Cady.
Cady, yes. And Caldwell puts another one in there, just missing the strike zone. A 1-1 count. And Weiss swinging, fouling another one off, and we've got strike 2. A 1-2 count now for the senior, going up against the freshman pitcher. Caldwell looks very calm, very confident on the mound as he's out of the windup, but throws this one in the dirt for ball 2.
Yes, a nice stop by Caleb Mealy. No runners were on base, but he made a good stop of the ball in the dirt.
And Caldwell leaves one hanging just a little bit high, and Weiss fouls it off. Weiss got a little bit out ahead of that. It looked like he may have been going for a curveball, but it just kind of hung up around chest high, and Weiss swings and fouls it down the third baseline. And that one's going to be right down the middle as Weiss goes down looking for strike 2.
Yes, that was a called strike. It was right in there, as Steve said. The batter was just didn't swing.
I don't know where he thought that was going to be, but it was belt high right on the outside corner of the plate.
Yes, it was a nice pitch.
And Caldwell with 2 strikeouts for his first 2 at-bats, and now we've got a strike call as the batter, the junior Mason Hicks, is up to bat. And and this one's going to be flied up, and Cagle's going to catch it. And the Bruins with a really nice start here early on in the game. And let's go to a quick sponsor, and we'll be right back after these words.
Foundations Building Material is proud to support Blackford High School athletics. Foundation Building Material is your local building materials distributor in East Central Indiana. Our promise to our customers is to do business with integrity and honesty and strive to be the best every day, and never forget we work for you, our customers. We are founded on principle and built on purpose. Distributors of drywall, steel studs, Armstrong ceiling, and insulation. Call Aaron Farrell, 260-471-2181. Foundations Building Materials.
And we're back. And Vince, do you have some stats for us while I open up a few things?
Hagerstown went down in order. There were no runs, no hits, no Bruin errors. Drew Caldwell, the freshman, looking very confident on the mound, striking out the first two batters and getting Mason Hicks to pop up to the first baseman, Tyler Cagle. And I'm sure that's the start of the top half of the first that Coach Hugan was looking for and Blackford desperately needed. So maybe we can get a run or two this inning and put some pressure on them. Again, Hagerstown's only lost 2 games all year. They're 8-2. And Blackford coming in 7-8, 0-3 in the IC. I believe Hagerstown's in the Tri-Eastern Conference, but I'm not for sure about that.
Yeah, you've got me. You would know better than I would, Vince. But we're going to be getting this the bottom of the second inning going here with the junior, Shane Elam.
It'll be surprising or interesting to see if Coach Hugan's going to have him swing away or try to bunt his way on. I imagine he's going to be swinging away, third baseman up on the infield grass.
And Elam's going to take the first pitch on the inside corner for strike one.
And that was a nice pitch by their pitcher, Brady McMillan. And you say he's only a sophomore?
A sophomore.
You said?
As he throws his second pitch in the dirt for ball one. A 1-1 count now on the junior. Shane Elam batting a .417 on the season. And he takes one inside, brushing him out of the box for ball two.
Yes, Elam has been the leadoff batter for about every game I've watched. We need to get him on base. He's got real good speed.
And Elam's going to ground over to the third baseman. The third baseman makes an easy throw to first, and that's going to be the first out for the Bruins.
That was a nice play by the third baseman.
Yep, got in front. Like I said, Vince, when I watched them earlier, they're very quick to get in front of the ball. They don't let much go by them.
Yes, they have a great defense, and it looks like this young sophomore is pitching really well. So is Caldwell.
He is pitching very well, and Braxton straight up to bat as he checks his swing, and that one comes a little high for ball one.
I know I'm sitting up here in the booth with the coat on, and I'm kind of chilly, so I think that temperature is, it may be even colder now than what the game started. Again, game time temperature 44 degrees. Wind chill feels like 37. That is cold.
And the sun is just starting to come out as now Straight has a 3-0 count. The sophomore pitcher struggling here to get one in the strike zone, enough for the umpire to call it strike. This is definitely a pitch he's got to throw right down the middle, and I think he just misses.
He walked him.
And that pitch looked really good. I thought it was going to be a strike call. Not sure where it missed, but not good enough for the umpire. And now the Bruins with a runner on first, Braxton Straight, and the sophomore Caleb Mealy up to bat. The sun is definitely peeking its way through the clouds. It's getting brighter out, and maybe we can get some warmth moving along here as that pitch just a little inside for ball one.
Yes, and I see Coach Hugan encouraging his Bruin batter and runner. He's looking over there at Braxton Straight, so we'll see what. He's not going to go. I don't think he does have a very good lead.
And he's definitely not, as the sophomore pitcher now throwing his sixth straight ball.
Well, Tony went through motions down there. We'll see if he's got the take sign or if he's going to let Mealy.
And he is going, and Mealy.
Looks like a hit and run.
Definitely a hit and run as Mealy makes just enough contact to foul it off for strike one.
That was a great pitch to hit and run on, because behind in the count 2 balls and no strikes, you figure he's going to throw it in there for Mealy to hit.
Yep.
Mealy's a good hitter with straight running. If it's in there, then we're in good shape, but he fouled it off.
And now Mealy's going to ground one over to shortstop. The shortstop with a diving catch, and the double play try is unsuccessful. But the Hagerstown now has 2 outs on the Bruins as the senior Dayton Dow is up to bat.
What a play by the shortstop. He dove and fielded the ball, and flipped it to the second baseman to force the speedy Braxton straight.
He looked like he was doing acrobats out there as the first pitch for Dow is way outside, but the catcher keeping it in front.
That was probably why Coach Hugan tried to hit and run the pitch earlier, because, like you say, these Hagerstown team is real good fundamentally playing defense. All of them get down the defensive stance, and they take a couple of steps creeping towards the batter.
Right.
And the outfielders looks like they're getting ready when the pitcher's ready to pitch.
And Mealy's going a swing and a miss, and it looks like the shortstop drops the ball, but they definitely had Mealy by about a half a step. And I believe that pitch was called a ball. Nope, the score booth is calling it a strike. So a 1-2 count now on the senior. Dayton Dow with 2 outs on the Bruins, and they're going to hit Dow in the foot. And now we're going to have runners on first and second.
Yes, Dow was hit by the pitch. Before that, Mealy would have been credited with the stolen base, still in second. Here's the pitcher, Caldwell. We'll see if he can get us a base hit here and get us on the scoreboard.
Caldwell on the season batting a .400 as he takes the first pitch on the inside corner and gets the first strike call. McMillan looking really solid with the exception of the 2 walks that are out on bases now, as that one's on the outside corner, strike 2.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. It seems like both pitchers are trying to hit the outside corner to a right-handed batter.
The outside corner is definitely where this umpire is calling those strikes, and Caldwell is going to foul one off. Still an 0-2 count for Caldwell with 2 outs on the Bruins, runners on first and second.
This Caldwell kid's having a great year, especially for just being a freshman.
For being a freshman, definitely having a very fine year, and the catcher's going to let one go between his legs, and Mealy looks to steal but holds off when he sees that it doesn't go far behind him.
Yes, Mealy was on the run when he saw the ball get by the catcher, and Coach Hugan held up the sign to stop and go back.
And Caldwell's going to ground one over to the second baseman. The second baseman chip shots it over to the shortstop, and that's going to do it for the inning. No runs scored, and we'll be back after this word.
Are you looking for a job or know of someone who is? Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, tuition reimbursement, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days, and you'll receive Kroger benefits after 60 days. All qualified applicants are encouraged to apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com. 260-827-2108. Peyton's Northern, now hiring.
And Vince, a fine inning by the Bruins. Not getting any scores, but not doing bad offensively. Definitely went through the lineup just a little bit more than Hagerstown. What do you think?
Yes, well, we batted 5 batters that inning, and Hagerstown, like I was telling Steve during the break, that the shortstop for Hagerstown on Mealy's ball made a nice stop, and against some teams or most teams that would have been a base hit.
And the freshman Drew Caldwell with an off-speed pitch is a little bit too far outside and in the dirt for ball 1. And up to bat, we're going to have Cody Swim, the junior third baseman. And Caldwell throws one down the middle, but hits on the high side for ball 2.
But in the inning for Blackford, we had no runs on no hits, no Hagerstown errors, and 2 runners were left on base.
And this ball is hit to deep right field, and it's out of here.
A home run.
The leadoff hitter, the cleanup batter for the Hagerstown Tigers, throws one way out over right field, and there was nothing that Strobel could do to even come close to it. And that's going to be the first score for the Tigers. Was that a 2-run? No, just a 1-run.
It was a leadoff home run, and it was first hit of the game, and that ball was really hit well. And the wind looks like it's picked up a little bit, blowing from center field to right, according to the flag. So maybe they got up in the wind, and I don't know if that made a difference or not. But
I don't know. I think he got a hold of that one clean and solid. 324 out in right field on the flagpole or on the poles. And this pitch comes in for Camden Rhodes as a strike 1.
And Camden Rhodes is a designated hitter.
And Rhodes, a sophomore for the Tigers. And Caldwell, with that off-speed pitch, gets him swinging out on his toes for strike 2. An 0-2 count now for Rhodes. Caldwell with a curveball, and this one's hit up the middle, and Straight can't get to it. It goes out to center to Shane Elam. And Shane Elam fields it clean, and that's going to be the second hit for the Tigers.
Yes, he was trying to throw that little breaking ball, and the batter waited on it patiently and got a nice hit up the middle.
And with no outs, a runner on first, Cameron Pertha, the catcher, up to bat. Pertha, swing and a miss, strike 1.
And Mealy was really pounced up after he caught that ball, looking to throw a snap throw down to first base, but the runner wasn't off too far, so he held on to the baseball.
And this one's going to be a bunt, and it goes a little bit of a high fly ball, about 25 feet in the air, and Mealy just not able to get to it.
That was a great hustling play by Caleb. He tried to dive for the ball, I think, didn't he?
I don't think he tried to dive.
No, he did not try to dive. He just had.
And Caldwell with a pitch just a little bit high for ball 1. A 1-2 count now for Pertha, right? Pertha, the catcher.
Yes.
Pertha, a senior on the team. And this one's going to be drove out to center field again, right up the middle, a grounder, and Elam picks it up. And that's going to be the third hit for the Tigers on the night.
Yeah, well, after retiring the top 3 batters with hitters 4, 5, and 6, Caldwell having a little bit of trouble with them. Here's the number 7 hitter, Clay Cochran. Let's see if Hagerstown will bunt here or if they'll play it straight.
That pitch was way outside, and it definitely had some movement on it. So Cochran, the junior first baseman for the Tigers, doesn't show any bunt. No outs for the Tigers. Runners on first to second as the way that umpire called safe, I thought he was going to call him out for a second.
That was a good pickoff move. The third base coach gave signals to the second base runner, so see you.
And this one's going to be hit high fly, and third base, McNeil and Mealy running after it, but it goes just out of bounds. Out of play for the first strike.
McNeil really sprinted to the fence. He saw it, and he just stopped. That's like Dow against O'Kill. I mean, he went head over, or was that Missinawall? He went head over heels.
No, it was here.
Out there.
Against Mississinawa, yeah. And now the
Left
Bruins
field.
with a 1-1 count on Pertha, and that one's going to be a bunt fouled straight back for strike 2. And you're right, they definitely going to try that bunt call with a 1-1 count, and now bringing them to 1-2, and I don't look for him to bunt again.
No, I think he gave him the hit away sign, but he's still watching his runner at second, the third base coach of Hagerstown. Now,
and Caldwell's going to throw that one in the dirt for ball 2.
tell you, that runner on first base is getting off there a good ways. If Mealy can make a good snap throw back to first, we may be able to get him. But then again, you'd be throwing
behind the
runner, and sometimes that's not a very good thing to do.
And now a 3-2 count on the junior, Clay Cochran. And he's going to foul that one off. That one was knee-high down the middle.
I tell you, Steve, we're having a pretty good battle between the batter Cochran and the pitcher Caldwell.
Yes, we are. Freshman versus junior. As Caldwell out of the stretch, delivers the pitch, and it looked like an off-speed pitch, maybe a curve or a change out to left field, and they're going to hold the runner up at third as Dow throws one at the feet of the shortstop straight, and it goes behind him to
the pitcher's mound, and that's where Cagle was backing up the play. The pitcher Caldwell, after the ball was hit, was going to back up the catcher Mealy in case there was a play at the plate, but the Hagerstown coach wisely held his runner at third, so their bases are loaded, no outs, and we need an out. This is the number 8 hitter.
Number 8 hitter, Derek Davis, the junior, on second base. And that one down the middle, but just a little bit high. This umpire not giving anything if it's above the belt.
Looks like they're trying to throw off-speed pitches to these batters.
And that one fouled off for strike 1.
That looked like a fastball.
That was definitely a fastball, and I don't think Coach Ugan wants another home run hit off the freshman.
No, he surely does not.
And the Tigers with 3 hits on the inning, and Caldwell throws one a little bit outside and in the dirt for ball 2.
A great stop by Caleb Mealy. You saw that ball dipping outside, and he slid over with his feet. Some catchers would try to backhand the ball, but Mealy's excellent. There's a bunt.
Oh, and Caldwell not able to field it. That hit right back to him. And that's going to score 1 run as Caldwell, it bounced off of his chest and bounced way out in front of him.
I don't know if that would be counted a hit or an error.
I don't know. I would almost err on the side of calling it an error, but it was such a hard hit bunt
Yes.
that it just bounced right off of his. I couldn't tell if it was his glove or his chest.
I'm going to give him a base hit on that. I don't know what the official score did, but
I did as well, and now we're going to have the junior Noah Dale out in left field finishing out the lineup for the Tigers.
yes, this is our 6th batter of the inning, and we don't have an out on him yet.
And that one's going to be fouled down the right field. And now we have an 0-2 count.
Whatever Drew Caldwell was serving up there as a pitch, these Hagerstown hitters are really aggressive, and they
like serving up meat to a lion. And this one's hit out into right field. And
that's a 2 RBI single.
Strobel throws it into Cagle, and Cagle keeps the runner on first. And now we've got runners on the corners for the Tigers after a 2-run RBI out into right field. And the Bruins struggling to find something here in the top of the 2nd inning. No outs.
And the leadoff batter, Owen Gollier, to the plate.
And a swing and a miss by Gollier, strike 1. And the Hagerstown, 6 hits on 6 batters. Everyone that's gotten on the plate has gotten on base has gotten there by getting a hit off of the freshman. Nobody walked, no errors. So an all-around great offensive inning, half inning for the Tigers. And this one's hit up the middle and straight for the first error of the game. Is unable to field that one cleanly. And that's going to score yet another one and leave runners on first and second.
It looked like for Straight was trying to get the ball out of the glove again before he had possession of it, and that was definitely an error.
And now we're going to have the number 2 batter, the senior, Trent Weiss.
No outs, runners on first and second.
And that one's too far outside to be called a strike, and we're going to get the first ball. 1-0 count now on the senior.
It'll be interesting to see how long they leave Caldwell go here in this inning, because already they've scored 5 runs, and we haven't recorded an out.
Not one out. Everyone is hitting the ball, leading off with a home run, and there's strike 2 on Weiss.
And the home run was hit by Cody Swim to start off the inning. After the first inning, Caldwell had a great inning, retiring 3 in a row.
And Caldwell throws one outside and in the dirt now for a 2-2 count.
Another good stop by Caleb Mealy.
And now the Caldwell out of the stretch delivers a curveball, and this one's grounded to third. And yet another error by the Bruins leaves bases loaded.
It looked like not Caldwell, but McNeil was down to field the ground ball. The runner was coming. Looked like he took his eyes off the ball to try to tag the runner coming to third. And
yes, he did.
Come right out of his glove. So 2 key errors here. And there's Mason Hicks.
Hicks, the junior, takes the first pitch for ball 1 with bases loaded and no outs.
He's the third batter, so he's the third hitter in the lineup. He's the 9th batter of the inning.
And that one's going to be fouled off for strike 1.
It seems like that we get going really good, then we just have one bad inning on the defense, and like we got behind, Oak Hills had 5 runs before we came to bat. Now Hagerstown has scored 5 here in the second.
And this one's going to be lined out to left field. Dow picks it up. The runner's going home, and they hold on to the ball at the cutoff, the third baseman. And that's going to be a 2-run RBI for Hicks.
Mason Hicks, yes, sir.
As he gets a single.
And Dell and Gallagher score.
Yep.
That's the 7th run of the inning.
The Bruins now finding themselves in a deep hole as the leadoff batter, the home run hitter, Cody Swim, now back up to bat in the same inning that he started the inning off with a home run. And this might, nope. I'm not sure why Straight didn't just go ahead and jump on second himself and let Riddle get out of the way, but there's yet another error on the Bruins.
I'm going to give an error on the shortstop. It looked like that Braxton could have just stepped on the bag and thrown to first for double play, but for some reason he tried to throw the ball underhanded to Riddle, and I think it surprised Riddle that he was throwing the ball to him.
And that's going to be strike 1. Riddle was actually standing on the base waiting for the ball, so if anything, I would have credited that to Riddle for the error.
For the error, E4, okay.
Not sure why Riddle didn't just get off the bag, but you could definitely tell he was not ready for the ball. It bounced off of his glove and down onto the ground. And now is it a 1-2 count or an 0-2 count? I must have missed one.
I think it's 1-2.
I must have missed a pitch. A 1-2 count now for Camden Rhodes. And this one's a high fly ball out into center. Nope, it's going to be caught by Braxton Straight for the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Cameron Pertha up to bat. 1 out for the Tigers. Bases loaded. A 7-run inning for the Tigers. And that pitch is just a little high for ball 1.
I'm not for sure what class Hagerstown is, but I imagine they're 2A. I would imagine they're 2A. There's a pickoff move to first. the runner back safely.
Caldwell, the pitcher, still out of the stretch, and this one's drove out to right field, and it's straight to Strobel as the runner checks up and runs on into home, standing up, and the cutoff, Tyler Cagle, holds the runners at first and second.
Well, it was a nice catch out there by Strobel, and he got rid of the ball quickly, but there'll be a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Cameron Pertha.
And now 2 outs on the Tigers as the Bruins trying to erase this 7-0, 8-0 deficit now and keep it from getting any worse as the first pitch, a swing and a miss by Clay Cochran.
And he's 1 for 1. He singled in this inning. Strobel getting the start today in right field. Usually it's Cranston out there. But I think Coach Hugan likes the way that Strobel has been hitting the ball, so he's getting the start in right. He started in left field Thursday night at Frankton.
Yes, he did, and now a 1-2 count on Cochran. And Caldwell throws one way outside as Mealy tries to pick him off, and he got him at second. The runner got off just a bit too far, and Mealy throws him out. And with that, that's going to do it for this inning. And let's go to break, and we'll come back with your recap.
Okay.
Locally owned Straits Drywall and Paint, LLC, owned by Jeff and Aubrey Straight, have 30 years of experience in commercial and residential painting and drywall finishing. Straits Drywall and Paint can do anything from new construction to remodels. Does your home need a new touch of color inside or out? Call Jeff or Aubrey at 765-499-9416 for a free quote. Straits Drywall and Paint, LLC. Insured painters with the professional skills necessary to complete your project on time and within budget.
If you're suffering from neck or back pain or suffering from migraines or have a colicky baby, call Dr. Malia Robinson, who's become my best friend here in Hartford City, at Clear Choice Chiropractic. They have many techniques to relieve these and many more symptoms with chiropractic care. Located at 1501 North Walnut in Hartford City. And Vince, you even said it yourself, when I came back from my chiropractor appointment, I looked a lot better.
Yeah, Steve looked a lot better, and he was walking really well, and I've had back pain. I've been to chiropractors before, but I haven't been to one in about 3 years.
And you got some stats for us?
Yes, Hagerstown was a big inning, scoring 8 runs. They had 7 hits. The big hit was the leadoff home run in the top of the second by Cody Swim. Blackford made 3 errors, and we trailed going to the bottom of the second, 8-0, and we got to get something going here.
And Blaine Riddle, the senior, up to bat. Blaine gets a high fly infield ball, and the third baseman's coming over and makes the catch for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And like you said, Hagerstown is not going to beat themselves in the field.
No, they are not.
They looks like a great defensive team, well coached and fundamentally sound.
They definitely look that way, and now the senior, Jake Ross, designated hitting for the third baseman, Colton McNeil.
So maybe Jacob can get us started here.
Ross, with a .333 batting average, takes the first pitch right down the middle, strike 1.
Well, we're in the bottom third of order now with Ross in the 7th position. Strobel's on deck. He is.
And that pitch was about at the chest of Ross for ball 1. A 1-1 count with 1 out.
Brendan Strobel's doing what I like to see on deck circle. He's acting like he's batting for real, and then he's timing his swing up with the pitch.
And that pitch kept in front by the catcher for ball 2. A 2-1 count now for Ross with 1 out on the Bruins, and that pitch way high and inside for ball 3.
Coach Hugan again clapping his hands, and we got bullpen activity down there for the Bruins. I can't tell who the
That's the sophomore Josh Jennings.
Okay.
And another Pitch come in high, and that's going to be the first walk of the inning for the Bruins.
Yes, we needed to get a base runner, and Ross has walked. So let's see if Coach Hugan.
And like you said, the sophomore Brandon Strobel up to bat as the Hagerstown coach calls a quick timeout. And with that, the voice of Blackford County Community Newspaper is your local newspaper about local news, about local people. Pick your copy up at multiple locations in Hartford City and Montpelier. Published every Tuesday with yearly subscriptions available. The voice of Blackford County Community Newspaper. Call Danny at 765-251-4903.
The whole infield started to come into the meeting at the mound, and the coach had waved them back to their positions. He just wanted to talk to the pitcher and the catcher. So
probably just to calm him down, tell him, hey, it's not a big deal. We have an 8-run lead. Let's just keep it there.
Yes, when you get a big lead, the only thing you want to do is have your pitchers throw strikes.
Throw strikes and let your defense work for you.
Let's see if Strobel had tightened himself up over there in the on deck circle it was squared to bunt, and then he pulled his bat back.
And the first pitch was called, strike one. Ugan looking to just see what the infield was going to do when he squared up. Now an 0-1 count with one out on Strobel. And that one right down the middle for swing and a miss.
That was looked like a split finger or something. It just came up there and all of a sudden dropped.
Really?
That was a beautiful pitch.
And they're going to try, and the catcher tries to throw Ross out at first, but doesn't get there. A 1-2 count now for Strobel with one out on the Bruins. Jake Ross out on first. Jake with about a 2 to 3 step lead. A swing and a miss for Strobel, and that's the second out of the inning.
Well, that was a good job of pitching there by the pitcher.
And now we're going to have the senior Tyler Cagle up to bat. The pitcher is McMillan for the Tigers. And the Bruins now with their 9th batter, Tyler Cagle, and this pitch comes in a little high and inside for ball one. Cagle on the season batting a .214 with a .436 on base average, 6 hits and 5 RBIs, and is 1 for 1 on steals. And that one another high and inside ball. Did they call that a hit?
I think they called it a hit batter.
Yeah, right. Then Tyler gets walked with the hit by pitch. And now we've got runners on first and second, and we're back to the top of the lineup with the junior, Shane Elam.
Yes.
Grounded out to third base his last at bat in the top of the first inning. Here we are in the top of the second.
Yes, bottom of the second.
And the first pitch on the outside corner, strike one. An 0-1 count now, 2 outs on the Bruins. Cagle and Ross, 2 really good friends off the field, now out on first and second on the field. And Elam just gets enough of it to hit it back to the pitcher, a little looper. And we're going to go into the bottom of the second, and we'll be back after this.
The Voice of Blackford County Community Newspaper is your hometown newspaper with a staff that takes great pride in covering local community events in Hartford City and Montpelier. Available at newsstands in Hartford City at Needler's Fresh Market, Food and Fuel, John's Service Station, Northside Florist, and in Montpelier at Koppel's Family Market, Carrie's Restaurant, and Charlie's Sunoco, with more locations coming soon. The Voice of Blackford County is published every Tuesday with a cost of only $1 or a yearly subscription for $35. You'll find school-related events, obituaries, public records info, church news, community calendar, and so much more. Contact Danny at 765-251-4903 or Ann at 765-330-4842. The Voice of Blackford County Community Newspaper. Local news about local people.
Foundations Building Material is your local building materials distributor in East Central Indiana for drywall, steel studs, and Armstrong ceiling and insulation. Founded on principle, built on purpose. Contact Aaron Farrell at 260-471-2181. Vince?
Yes, the Bruins scored no runs. They had no hits. There were no Hagerstown errors. 2 runners left as Jacob Ross walked and Tyler Cagle was hit by a pitch. Elam grounded out to the pitcher McMillan, who made a nice play to throw Elam out at first base.
And now we're going to have the junior Clay Cochran up to bat for the Tigers. Cochran had a hit out into left field as Caldwell throws one way outside, ball one. And as I told you during the break, I look for the freshman to be on a bit of a short leash here in the top of the third.
Yes.
Or, I'm sorry, the bottom of the third.
Well, no, it's the top of the third, Steve.
Oh, you're right. It is the top of the third. I was right. And Caldwell, 3 straight pitches, 3 straight balls, a 3-0 count on the junior Clay Cochran. And that one on the inside for strike one.
Yes.
And Cochran looked like he was going to throw his bat, but you could tell when the pitch came in, he knew it was a strike.
Yes.
And that one is going to miss the strike zone, and Cochran makes his way to first on a walk. The second baseman, the junior Derek Davis, up to bat. Davis is the one who had that bunt to Caldwell that bounced out of his glove, and that pitch is way high for ball one.
Yes, they got the number 8 and 9 hitters up, and they both have singled, so.
And that one right down the middle, it's a high fly ball, and it looks like Colton McNeil has called everyone off, and he makes the catch to get the first out of the inning.
Nice catch by Colton McNeil.
And the runner stays at first, and now we're going to have the number 9 batter, the left fielder, junior Noah Dale. Dale, a left-handed batter as well.
And he singled the last time.
Yes, he did. Got a hit out into right field. And this one goes to right field as well, and it's going back, and Strobel just bounces out of his glove as he dives for the catch. Strobel gets the ball into the shortstop, Braxton Strait, but not before a double has occurred, and the...
Yes, what an effort by Brandon Strobel. That ball was curving on the line, and he went over there to make the catch, and the ball just went off his glove. That'd have to be a double.
The ball landed in the palm of his glove, and I don't think he got it squeezed down in time. It just bounced right back out. A bad break for the sophomore, Brandon Strobel, as the first pitch comes in on the outside and gets strike one. A nice play by the sophomore. He ran across the field, and it was just going to land in the fair territory as he had bounced out of his glove.
Yes, at first I thought they may be going to call that a foul ball, but it was definitely in fair territory.
And this one's going to be grounded over to, and Strait picks it up.
Nice play by Strait. Nobody's at third.
And Strait just keeps a hold of the ball to keep everyone where they're at.
That was all Braxton could do with that when he made a nice stop on the ball. He just had to keep it in his
There was nobody
pocket.
to cover third, and there was nobody to cover the only play that he could have made, so that's going to be a single.
Yes, Caldwell went to his left to field the ball, Strait to his right, and nobody was covering third when the runner was there, and he was there before Braxton could do anything with the ball.
And this one's going to be hit, a high fly ball, and it looks like Colton McNeil again calling it out and makes the catch for the second out.
Another nice catch by Colton McNeil. So that's 2 outs, 2 pop-ups to McNeil, the third baseman.
And now we're going to have Mason Hicks, the junior right fielder. Hicks flew out to first base, his first at bat, and
singled.
He's the one that got picked off out in left field by Caleb Mealy by getting off the bag too much.
There the runner goes. That's a stolen base.
And he had a great jump on the freshman. A 1-0 count. And another pitch way high and inside, ball 2. A 2-0 count now for the junior. Hicks. And Caldwell delivers, and that one's going to hit him in the shoulder And now bases loaded for the Tigers, and it can't be long, and Ugan's going to have to come out here and find out what's going on. Bases loaded now for Cody Swim, the third baseman who hit the home run to lead off the second inning.
Yes, he's the cleanup batter. He's hit a home run and reached on the air on the second baseman.
And the worst thing Caldwell could do is put some meat over the plate for him. And Swim with a hit, and it's going to center field. And that gone Strobel with another diving play, but the ball just out of his glove, and this is going to be an in-the-park home run. No, Mealy's going to get him because Riddle, well, that was Riddle, right? The ball comes into Riddle, and Riddle turns and throws to home, and before Swim can make it into the plate, he's tagged out. So a triple,
3 RBIs.
That turns into the third out of the inning for the Bruins. And as we figure this all out, we'll be back after this message.
Dr. Malia Robertson of Clear Choice Chiropractic asked, do you suffer from neck pain while working, or do migraines keep you from enjoying your day? Do you have to take pain pills just to function? Does your baby cry constantly for no apparent reason? And most importantly, do you remember the last day you were pain-free? You don't have to live with these frustrations. The doctors at Clear Choice Chiropractic have many techniques to relieve the symptoms of neck and back pain, headaches, stiff joints, colic, earaches, and many other symptoms. Call for your appointment with Dr. Malia Robertson at Clear Choice Chiropractic, 765-329-5044. That's 329-5044. And take back your life and enjoy living pain-free. Located at 1501 North Walnut Street in Hartford City. Open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesdays, 3 to 6 p.m. Thursdays, 3 to 7 p.m. Closed Saturdays and Sundays. Clear Choice Chiropractic. We've got your back.
Vince, you want to explain what just happened?
Yes. Well, the ball was hit. Brandon Strobel trying to make a diving catch off his glove. The center fielder picked it up through to Riddle.
Oh.
Riddle threw home to Mealy.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to start all over. I didn't have your mic turned on. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay. Well, the inning start, or the batter hit a ball out in the right center field. Brandon Strobel dove for the ball off his glove. Elam picked it up, fired to Riddle to Mealy. They threw the runner out at home, but not before Swim was with the triple and 3 runs batted in.
And the Straight's going to lead off the inning and ground out to the third baseman as the Bruins have a 12-0 start and down, trying to get something going.
Yes, Hagerstown in top of the third had 4 runs on 3 hits and no Bruin errors. And it's 12-0. Yes, 12-0.
And one out now for the Bruins as Mealy takes his first pitch. Did he swing at that?
No,
Nope.
He took that one. But Hagerstown, I can see why they're 8-2. Man, they are.
They are a solid team,
They
Vince.
are really good, and they only have, what, did you say 4 seniors on the team?
I think that's what we counted earlier, 4 seniors. 4 seniors and 6 juniors.
And 2 sophomores.
3 sophomores.
3 sophomores. There's a ground
And
ball
Mealy's grounding to short, and the shortstop on the run makes the play and gets the second out of the inning.
That was a great play by the shortstop and first baseman digging the ball out. That would have been Trent Weiss, the shortstop, to Clay Cochran, the first baseman. Here comes our cleanup batter, Dayton Dow. And if we don't get anything going in these next 2 innings, we're going to.
And this is a high fly ball hit to the middle infield, and the shortstop comes over and makes the catch. And I believe they had a new pitcher. Didn't have time as the inning moved very quick. Nope, it is still McMillan. And that's going to do it for this half inning. Didn't even get things completely sorted out from the last half inning, and now we're right back to it, and we'll be back after this.
While filling your car's fuel tank at Food and Fuel Marathon, Fill your body's fuel tank too. Monday through Friday, grab a chicken or tenderloin sandwich, or how about a burger and potato wedges, or onion chips, mozzarella cheese sticks, and Bosco breadsticks. If biscuits and gravy are your thing, they're available every Monday through Saturday morning until they're gone. And you'll have to grab a Poppy's Extreme donut or two. Available daily. Food and Fuel Marathon, 1621 North Walnut Street, Hartford City. Open Monday through Friday, 4:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Food and Fuel Marathon, fueling your vehicle and you.
And with 30 years of experience, Jeff and Aubrey Strait, owners of Strait's Drywall and Paint LLC, can help you with any project you have, from commercial and residential remodel to new construction. Give your home that new touch of color. Give them a call at 765-499-9416. And don't forget to follow them on Facebook. Vince, what you got for us?
Well, the Bruins go down in order. It was a really quick half inning.
A little bit too quick.
So no runs on no hits and no errors, and we played 3 innings. Hagerstown really in control of this ball game at this point, 12-0. And in top of the 4th, they're going to have hitters 5, 6, and 7 up for Hagerstown. We got a pinch hitter here, number 8. Oh,
no,
okay.
He's a pinch hitter.
Okay, I see what I had.
Hitter.
Yes, Camden Rose is a designated hitter.
Rhodes flew out to shortstop his last at-bat.
And he singled in the second right after Swim's home run, and that really got Hagerstown going.
Yep. And still no changes with the Bruin infield. Oh, I lied. There's somebody out in left field that is not a left-handed fielder, and is that the senior Dylan Thomas, it looks like? It might
be, yes, I would say.
And out in right, maybe Brecken Melton? Is Brecken here tonight?
Yes, Brecken was.
No, that is Dalton Willman. And that pitch down the middle is Rhodes, grounds to shortstop to first.
Good play by Braxton Strait.
And the Bruins recording the first out of the inning. A nice play by the senior, Braxton Strait.
Well, that was an out we needed. We need to get the
easy ones.
Yes.
The easy ones are killing us this game. And now we're going to have the senior Cameron Pertha. And that pitch right down the middle for strike 1.
We're going to have to hold him here, Bay.
Yes, we are.
And we have bullpen activity down there, Steve. I can't tell.
And it's still Josh Jennings as that pitch just a little high, the umpire says, on the outside for ball 1.
Josh Jennings is loosening up in the bullpen. He was up earlier in the game.
And that pitch right down the middle. It's hit high. It's going to be in the infield as Cagle. No, that is Dylan Thomas out over on first. Dylan Thomas calls off Riddle for the second out of the inning.
So that was a nice catch by Dylan Thomas.
So if that's Dylan Thomas, that must be Brecken Melton out in left field. Yes, that has to be Brecken. And this ball's hit to center, a grounder, and Elam just bobbles it a little bit, but keeps it in front of him for the first hit of the inning.
Well, for Cochran, that was his second single, and he also walked in the third, so that young man's been on base all 3 times.
Batting 1,000 this game.
And here's the number 8 hitter, Derek Davis.
Davis flew out to third his last at-bat as he takes the first pitch on the outside, ball 1.
Yes, and he also had a base hit in the second inning, so he's 1 for 2.
As Caldwell tries to pick off, but Cochran's safe. So some changes in the field. Not only one change in the infield, and Caldwell, who was getting these strikes on the outside corner, now struggling to find that sweet spot.
Yes, that missed. That was a good call by Brian Elliott.
And another miss. And now a 3-0 count. I rung it up as a strike and said it was a ball.
You just wonder how long. It looks like Jennings is getting loose down there in that bullpen.
And now the first strike for Caldwell.
warm-up pitches he's throwing, then he's looking out at the field to see what the action is. Oh, a nice pitch by Caldwell for strike 2.
Now a full count.
Now we got a full count. The runner will be moving with the pitch.
And this one's going to be fouled off.
Fouled out straight back to the screen. And I've been told that if you can foul the ball straight back, backward, you're right on it. You just missed it with the bat.
Yep.
There's a pickoff move.
And the runner...
Caldwell thought maybe the runner would be leaving early on that full
Cochran was only about 2 feet off the base.
Good thing that Thomas was awake over there.
And that one's in the dirt.
And I agree with you. We may be getting to see the end of Drew Caldwell here on the mound.
And still no change
This is
as
number
the
9
new
batter,
batter, Noah Dale, comes up.
Coach Dugan will probably see what this guy does.
And it's going to be a fly ball out into right field. The shortstop straight.
What a catch.
Kicks in the
Running
afterburners.
catch.
And now we're going to go into the bottom of the 4th after these words from
Foundations Building Material is proud to support Blackford High School athletics. Foundation Building Material is your local building materials distributor in East Central Indiana. Our promise to our customers is to do business with integrity and honesty and strive to be the best every day. And never forget, we work for you, our customers. We are founded on principle and built on purpose. Distributors of drywall, steel studs, Armstrong ceiling, and insulation. Call Aaron Farrell, 260-471-2181. Foundations Building Materials.
Stop by Food and Fuel Marathon on North Walnut Street for fuel for your car and fuel for you. Lunch available Monday through Friday. Biscuits and gravy Monday through Saturday. Poppy's Extreme Donuts daily. Open Monday through Friday, 4:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. And Sunday, 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. And I think Vince has some more stats from that last half inning.
Yes, in that inning, Clay Cochran had a single, Davis walked, so there were no runs on 1 hit, 2 left, and no errors. There were 2 good plays on the outfield, one by Thomas and the other one by Straight. So our totals is going into the bottom of the 4th. Hagerstown 12 runs, 11 hits, and have not committed an error.
And the freshman Caldwell up to bat, and the first pitch is on the inside, ball
and for
1.
Blackford, no runs on no hits, and we've committed 3 errors. So we're still looking for first base hit of the game.
And that pitch outside and low, ball 2. The Hagerstown Tigers still with the same pitch. Is it Brady McMillan?
Yes, he's pitched an excellent game.
And Caldwell's going to get a hit, and this one's going out to left field, and the left fielder makes the catch.
Yes.
So still no hits for the Bruins. 1 out now in the bottom of the 4th. And Blaine Riddle, the senior, up to bat after flying out to 3rd in the 2nd inning. And that pitch was right down the middle, and it's going to be another infield fly. And the first baseman calls it off and makes the play. Now 2 outs.
What a catch. I tell you, I'm impressed with this Hagerstown team.
I don't know if you've seen it, but the first baseman started running in and backed off and took his eye off the ball, looked to see what the catcher was doing. Yes. And when he saw that the catcher was going to be looking back at the ball, he called him off and kicked in the afterburners and made that catch.
Yes, that was a great defensive catch by the first baseman.
And
nice breaking ball.
These Tigers are definitely a fundamentally sound team, and you could tell they do not like to lose.
No, and they have only lost twice this year.
And now an 0-2 count. No, I'm sorry. It's going to be a 1-1 count as Ross checks his swing.
Batting. He walked in the 2nd inning.
And I want to say that is his 3rd straight curve or breaking ball. He has yet to throw a fastball to Ross. McMillan looking good on the mound. 1-2 count, no hits given up. And Ross goes down looking for the third strike of the inning. And with that, we'll be back after this word from our sponsor.
Are you looking for a job or know of someone who is? Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, tuition reimbursement, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days, and you'll receive Kroger benefits after 60 days. All qualified applicants are encouraged to apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com. 260-827-2108. Peyton's Northern, now hiring.
And some infield changes for the Bruins. The pitcher now going to be Josh Jennings, the sophomore. The first baseman is still Dylan Thomas. At second, we still have Blaine Riddle. Short is going to be Drew Caldwell. At third is going to be Colton McNeil. Out in left, Brecken Melton. The center fielder is now Charlie Cranston. And out in right field, we've got Dalton Willman. Vince, what do you know?
Well, I know this young man for Hagerstown can really pitch, and he's only a sophomore. The strikeout that he got on Jacob Ross was only a second strikeout of the game, but his defense behind him is really, really solid. Definitely
solid as we come to the top of the lineup for the Tigers with Gollier as he takes the first pitch for strike one.
And again, Jennings is on the mound, and Gollier is 1-for-3.
After striking out in the first inning, each of his next two hits and at-bats, he's grounded to the third baseman. The shortstop.
He had an error on the shortstop and then a single on a stolen base.
And Jennings with a high and inside pitch, now ball two, a 2-1 count, as the Bruins seem to be struggling with their pitching this year. And that one, another high.
I thought on my schedule this was supposed to be a doubleheader today, but it's just been to a single game.
It's dropped to a single game because Hagerstown, their prom is today, so they're trying to get their mainly junior and senior team back to Hagerstown so that they can get ready for prom.
That makes sense. I didn't know that was the reason, but.
And now a full count for Gollier as he fouls this one off. After going 3-0 in the count, now taking the next three pitches for strikes. And Jennings, and that one was right down the middle, and Collier gets a hold of it. Cranston trying to get underneath of it, misjudged it, but Brecken Melton comes in for the sliding catch and records the first out of the inning. A nice catch by Brecken.
Brecken Melton, yes. He was on the ground, and when he caught the ball, that was an excellent play. We've had some really great defensive plays by both teams. I mean,
it's just that the Tigers have recorded more. And Melton again back and makes the catch out in left field. Now 2 outs for the Tigers as they go down early on. And now Mason Hicks going to be up to bat. Hicks was hit by the pitch in his last at-bat. Was caught stealing on the pickoff by Caleb Mealy in the bottom of the second and flew out to first base his first at-bat. So now is 0 for 2 on the day, as it looks like it's not going to be Mason Hicks. They've made a bit of a change, and now we're going with the junior, number 6, Grant Vinson, in for Hicks.
That was good. You caught that. I didn't see
The only reason I caught it is the umpire is over there writing something down, so I had to check myself.
Yes, Brian Elliott is a really good umpire.
And the sun is definitely shining now, casting shadows over the Bruin field as Jennings takes the first pitch and puts it in there for ball one in the dirt on the outside. And Jennings out of the windup, a swing and a miss,
nice
strike
pitch.
one.
That ball had a lot of movement on it.
And Vincent now with a 1-1 count, another swing and a miss, gives him strike two. A 1-2 count now with 2 outs on the Tigers. And it looks like they're still going with their cleanup batter, Cody Swim. And he gets a piece of this one over to Colton McNeil. McNeil to Dylan Thomas. And Dylan with a stretch and able to hold on to the ball and keep his foot on the base to record the out.
What a play by the third baseman McNeil and also by the first baseman Thomas.
Definitely was.
Steve.
And let's go ahead and go to break, and we'll come back and hear more.
Locally owned, Straits Drywall and Paint, LLC, owned by Jeff and Aubrey Strait, have 30 years of experience in commercial and residential painting and drywall finishing. Straits Drywall and Paint can do anything from new construction to remodels. Does your home need a new touch of color inside or out? Call Jeff or Aubrey at 765-499-9416 for a free quote. Straits Drywall and Paint, LLC. Insured painters with the professional skills necessary to complete your project on time and within budget.
And we're back, and let me get to a quick ad read before we get going, as this will be my last ad read I read. Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is hiring in Bluffton. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screen, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. All qualified applicants are encouraged to apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. Vince?
Well, again, like I said, a good play by Colton McNeil to retire the batter and a good play by Dylan Thomas. And we got hitters 8, 9, and 1 up, and it's Dalton Willman, and he just tried to...
He tried to lay down the bunt, and as the pitch came in, he was ducking out of the way, but still held the bat out there to try to hit it. And now we've got a 1-1 count for the leadoff, Dalton Willman, and this pitch comes in, and Willman gets a hold of it, but this ball is going to be caught by the right fielder.
Nice catch by the right fielder.
And I believe that even though the flag is showing not much wind, as it starts to pick up now, you could tell that ball started floating because the right fielder was jogging lightly, and then as the ball started on its way down, he had to hurry up and get to it.
He had to pick up the pace to make the catch. There's number 9 hitter, Tyler Cagle.
And Cagle takes the first...
And we're down to our last 2 outs.
And this is not Tyler Cagle. This is, Thomas.
Thomas, I'm sorry.
As Thomas takes a very low pitch for strike one. And a swing and a miss, strike two. An 0-2 count early on for Thomas. 1 out for the Bruins. And McMillan, still your pitcher as he throws this one. It looked like it was going to be a curveball that just didn't break.
Yes, it was.
A 1-2 count now for Thomas. 1 out for the Bruins. And this pitch, a fastball outside, ball 2.
Yes, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dylan Thomas.
1 out for the Bruins. The Bruins have to score at least 3 runs or they are done.
That was a nice breaking pitch again for the strikeout as Thomas swung and missed.
And that's going to be the second out, and we're going to the top of the lineup with Cranston.
Yes, Charlie Cranston.
And Cranston with one of the The lowest batting averages with a 154, tries to lay down the bunt, but it goes foul. An 0-1 count now for the junior Cranston.
And the strikeout for Mr. McMillan was his third of the game.
Cranston now back at the plate. McMillan out of the windup and throws a breaking ball that hits the strike zone for strike 2.
Yes.
And now Cranston down in the count, 0-2 with the do-or-die pitch. Must get a hit or get on base here or the game's over. And that one's outside, ball 1. That one was just a little bit too close to not be looking to make an attempt at that one. Seen too many batters go down with that 0-2 count and the ball on the outside and getting called for it, and that one's going to be way outside for ball 2. A 2-2 count now. Ugan with his arms crossed looks cold.
That was a good check swing by Charlie. He started to go after it and held up.
And, ooh.
Boy, that just missed. I thought that was the ball game.
You and me both, Vince. That one was belt high, and I think the umpire may be giving a courtesy ball on that one, and that one's going to definitely fall in as the Bruins go down looking.
And that's a no-hitter for the pitcher. Let me find his name here.
And I think it's Brady McMillan, and I think the coach came.
He's only a sophomore. What an effort of pitching. And I tell you what, Steve, he had some great defense behind him.
Yes, he did. And the Bruins go down losing, their second straight, maybe third, on the season as they go falling definitely under 500 with a record of 7-9 now. And, Vince, why don't we hear a word from our sponsor? We'll come up with a recap on the game.
Yes, that'll be good.
The Voice of Blackford County Community Newspaper is your hometown newspaper with a staff that takes great pride in covering local community events in Hartford City and Montpelier. Available at newsstands in Hartford City at Needler's Fresh Market, Food and Fuel, John's Service Station, Northside Florist, and in Montpelier at Koppel's Family Market, Carrie's Restaurant, and Charlie's Sunoco, with more locations coming soon. The Voice of Blackford County is published every Tuesday with a cost of only $1 or a yearly subscription for $35. You'll find school-related events, obituaries, public records info, church news, community calendar, and so much more. Contact Danny at 765-251-4903 or Ann at 765-330-4842. The Voice of Blackford County Community Newspaper. Local news about local people. Locally owned Straits Drywall and Paint, LLC, owned by Jeff and Aubrey Strait, have 30 years of experience in commercial and residential painting and drywall finishing. Straits Drywall and Paint can do anything from new construction to remodels. Does your home need a new touch of color inside or out? Call Jeff or Aubrey at 765-499-9416 for a free quote. Straits Drywall and Paint, LLC. Insured painters with the professional skills necessary to complete your project on time and within budget.
We're back as the Bruins fall 12-0 to the Hagerstown Tigers. And what did you think of the game today?
You know, coming in when I saw us playing Hagerstown, I thought, well, we got a great chance of winning. And then Coach Sutton told me they only lost their first game this week. And then I thought, well, I don't know who they played, but after watching them today, they improved to 9-2. Really solid defense, great coaching by their coaches, Brad Cady and his staff. I mean, they've done an excellent job. And, well,
they're definitely a solid team. They're fundamentally sound, and they're not afraid to swing the bat.
They're going to be a hard team to beat during the year.
If I remember right, and I'll have to check the book here again, but if they had any strikeouts, it was maybe one or two. They had the first two strikeouts of the game.
First two batters struck out. Caldwell struck them out, and then after that,
they did not have another strikeout. Every time they got up to bat, they either hit the ball or walked. And I want to say they ended up with probably at least, 15 16 hits on the game?
Well, I had him for 11 hits.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
I have Hagerstown for 12 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. And the home run was hit by Cody Swim. That really got things going for him, as Drew Caldwell had retired the top 3 batters in top half the first.
Not a good game to have the freshman pitching against, but the Bruins seem to be struggling this year with pitching. Their number one pitcher, their pitcher with the best ERA, is their catcher that they can't really use because he's got to be behind the plate because he's our best catcher as well.
Yes, Caleb Mealy, an excellent catcher. For Blackford, no runs on no hits, and Hagerstown did not commit an error. The game started at 9:59 and it ended at 11:09. A quick game,
A very
1
quick
hour
game.
and 10 minutes. A well pitched game by Mr. McMullen.
The best inning that the
Brady
Bruins
McMullen.
had was, the first inning? That was the only inning that they batted more than 4 batters.
We had 2 runners on in the first with the walk to straight and a hit batter by Dow. And then we had 2 runners on in the second with the walk to Jacob Ross and a hit batter by Tyler Cagle. And after that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 in a row set down by the pitcher in Hagerstown defense.
That sophomore McMillan is a solid pitcher.
And I mean, that was no fluke. I mean, they made they played some tough plays.
They definitely had some tough plays and played a very solid game defensively and offensively. There wasn't much to not like about watching that Hagerstown team.
No, they are really good. I think in a cold day like this, when you give up the home run and you have a big inning like we've been having, when they scored 8 runs in the second inning, and then we came in top half of the third and went down in order really quick. I didn't have the time really to recap what had happened to Hagerstown in the top half of the inning, and then
the Bruins coming up and going 1, 2, 3.
And as cold as it is, it's hard to get back into a game like this. And I don't know if
you look for those times when you're up to bat so that you can get back in the dugout and get warm again.
Yes.
And it seemed that the Tigers just didn't let that happen. They stayed in the dugout and stayed in there at bats. And when they were in the field, it was 1, 2, 3. And I was just looking. The most batters that we had at the plate in one inning was 5. And that was the first and second inning. After that, it was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're done.
Yes, and there were some great plays. Blackford made some good plays in the field too.
We did. We definitely had some positives. But the thing that we have to fix for the Bruins is just those mental errors.
Well, we had 3 errors in 4 batters.
Yep.
I mean, in the same inning, and you can't do that to a good team like Hagerstown.
Nope, they will exploit it every time. So some positives that you did see with the Bruins, what are they?
We got a few kids in the game that hadn't been playing. That's a good thing.
Yes, Melton out in left field making 2 nice catches.
Melton, 2 nice catches in left field. Charlie Cranston got a chance to play center. And Strobel and Willman rotated in right field.
Strobel with the 2 plays out in right field, diving plays. If those
he
are
really
catches,
hustled, yes.
We're talking top 2 Sports Center.
Yes, I mean, he laid out on both of them, and there was off his glove. I mean,
yes, they were definitely great plays, and I don't know that he could have done anything different to put those in the glove and keep them there. It's just one of those things. Hard hit balls tend to fly off the palm of your hand.
Yes,
and you don't have much of a chance to secure them.
Like I said, maybe Brandon started off just being the designated hitter in the last 2 games. He's played the outfield.
Right.
At Frankton, he played left field, and today he played right field.
Yep.
So
he's definitely an all-around player, and I like seeing him out in the field.
Hopefully.
Anything else that you saw that was good for the team?
Well, we're using some kids pitching that we're going to need later on, and
yes, if we want to have a chance at winning sectionals or winning anything in sectionals, being in a new sectional class this year.
Yeah, we are 3A, I believe.
Yep.
We're in with Yorktown and Delta and Munsey-Boro. I think it's at Newcastle. I think it's the same sectional they had for basketball, but I'm not for sure.
It is.
But Monday night, these Bruins will go to South Adams. That game starts at 5. And then Tuesday and Thursday back with the conference at Elwood and Eastbrook. And like I said, we've played the toughest 3 teams in the conference.
Yep.
Oak Hill, Mississinewa, and Frankton.
And I think we've played the toughest 3 teams in this general area with Hagerstown today, Frankton on Thursday.
Really good. So maybe we can get a win at Elwood and also against Eastbrook and then try to get above 500 and end up maybe being the 4th best team in the conference, or that would be quite a,
Yes.
And a thing.
I definitely think we have the potential of being a better team than our record shows.
Yes, and sometimes, playing cold weather like we've played in, that affects you.
Yeah, we can't seem to catch a break. We're either playing in extreme cold or we're playing in the really nice weather like we had at Frankton. It doesn't seem like we can have that middle ground where we get those just a decent day to play some ball. Frankton was nice to play in, but then Friday you come back and it starts getting cold again.
Yes.
So just when we start thinking that we're going to have that good weather, it always seems to drop back down. Final thoughts?
Well, with the win, Hagerstown goes to 9-2. Brady McMillan throws a no-hitter, a no-hit shutout, and the Bruins drop to 7-9. So maybe we can right the ship and get on a winning streak here.
Well, let's hope so. And with that, thanks for joining me yet again.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you in South Adams, or no?
Yes, I'll be at South Adams, and everybody have a great afternoon and a great day.
And we'll see you in South Adams.
And go Pacers.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.